digital overstimulation and toxic technology, gateways for entity attachments, negative energies, and the effects on the brain. Everybody's on the internet these days and on their phones. That's the way we communicate.
If you've got gifts and everything else, and you know you're different from the outside world, the last thing you want to be doing is scrolling through things, because you get anxiety. And once you get anxiety, of course, you ingest an emotion. Once you ingest an emotion, your neurochemical balance goes off balance. So it affects the adrenals, serotonin. It affects the glands of the brain that produce GABA, dopamine, melatonin, and the rest of it. So once those are off balance, that's the third dimensional description. PTSD, anxiety, ADD, ADHD, OCD. That's the third dimensional description. You're ingesting way too much emotion.
Now, unfortunately, there's a couple of people that talk about, it says, my son came out of the military 10 years ago, always gaming now, angry, narcissistic, and aggressive. I don't even know him anymore. Sounds like it might not be your son anymore. Your son's still there at some point, but an attachment. And then there's another one. Unfortunately, my adult son, gamer, I think has negative attachments. He is a cold fish. So sad.
Sometimes people wake up, they've got scratches on their back, because these things can actually switch into this dimension. They can switch into the permanently, but they can also switch for like a quarter of a second, and they'll scratch your back, switch out. What was that? And you got blood pouring down your back. It's insane.
Good God.
People say, how do I get out of it? The biggest thing is taking your power back. You've got to take your power back. And I think it's essential to work on these traumas. Your vibration can increase way above them so that they can't really attach to you. And I think that's really important. The new computer, like under Mount Hayes, is a plasma cube. It's a sentient being, and that's controlling most of the planet. It can use its consciousness to actually tap in a computer.
Another comment from Nina, she says, with the virtual reality, the brain can't tell the difference between simulation and reality. So your nervous system stores it like it really happened to you. So be mindful.
Absolutely.
So what would you recommend to people that, because the gamer sons, like you see, they're totally into their gaming. They don't want to give it up.
It's a 34 to 36 week program to strip out all the bioweaponry, the nanotubes, nanospheres, with the loaded viruses. It strips out hydrogels, spike protein, HIV microinserts. It strips out everything. That's a 34. Because the other thing, when you strip it out, they're stripping it out, you've got to reset the DNA back to the blueprint that it was before the CRISPR technology spliced it.
You have a great website, goldenenlightenmentproject.com. I'm going to bring that up. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Golden Enlightenment Project is developed because one of the biggest projects that I'm going to do on this planet, which has not happened yet, is we're creating off-planet pyramids, different dimension off-planet pyramids. There's going to be 3 of them. One's 1,999.99 feet tall, built in Moldavite, different things. The other one's 666.6 feet tall, 333.3 feet tall, and it'll be on the Golden Curve. They're going to be sited in America somewhere. I can't tell you where because, of course, the cabal will buy up, but it's going to be on a juncture of ley lines.